Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video. Trying to do a bonus video this week, and like usually I think from now on and for the last couple of months, I've been doing a video every Friday. So this is one that's sort of beyond that, and there won't be one every week, but I'll try to do one every now and again. And this video also comes out, I think, before some of the ones that are going to come out. So in case, chronologically something sounds weird, like I'm talking about Lord of the Rings cards, like as though I haven't played against them in future videos, that's because I still have a couple of ones that haven't been released yet. Anyways, the reason I'm playing this league today and recording and putting out a bonus video is because I managed to get my hands on the One Ring. And I've been really wanting to try this out in Doomsday. I saw a crazy list somewhere online that had like the One Rings in the main deck, and I've sort of not really I've made like implemented it into my existing list instead. So um, yeah. So what does the One Ring do for Doomsday? Well, it synergizes well with the mana ramp we have in the form of rituals and Lotus Petal. So we can ramp out the One Ring early, and once it's there, it's pretty hard to get rid of. I would imagine realistically what gets rid of this is like Teferi, um, maybe a couple of other things, but probably not a lot. I have no idea if this is going to be good in Doomsday. A lot of people have been talking about it, but not. I don't. As of right now, I don't really know a lot of people that have played it. And as with every card, there is a need to test. But I think with this card in particular, I have a really hard time like theory crafting and wrapping my head around how good, if at all good, it is in this deck. Like the life loss that you end up accruing uh, with the burden counters is not ideal, considering that we still, at least in the main deck, we have to win with Doomsday. I think it's probably pretty bad against Delver because it's a 4 mana artifact, so it like runs right into Daze, Force of Will, all that stuff, and like Orcish Bowmaster is a card, and just in general, like our life total is going to be under pressure, but I'm going to try it. I've added 2 to the main deck. I don't think that's probably like ideal, but because I want to test, I didn't want to put 1 in the main or 0 in the main and 2 in the sideboard, because then I'll probably need to play like 5 leagues to really get a sense of it. And I'm not saying like I'm going to play 1 league now and then really know what's up and what's down. And you shouldn't jump to conclusions based on whatever happens in this league, but that is why there are 2 in the main deck. I think if it ends up being a card we're interested in, then I think the correct number is probably somewhere between like 1 and 3, and maybe like exclusively in the sideboard, maybe 1 in the main deck. But yeah, and this generally, like this replaces like personal tutor, because it's basically another thing to dump your mana in other than Doomsday. That, well, hopefully will win the game more or less on its own, but yeah, we'll see about that. I decided to abandon the Grief in this list because I was running a little bit low on black cards, and I wanted more blue cards, so I ended up like adding a 4th Daze, because I also think Daze is like pretty good right now because of Bowmasters, and I also think like if you want to make like turn 1 plays, then Daze is almost like the best like free interaction spell that there is. Yeah, added, like I've been putting a deed in my sideboard and taking it back out again for a couple of leagues now. I'm not really sure, but it's in right now. Good against Saga tokens. Good against like just like the Fiend Artisan deck. I think it's pretty good against that. Um, yeah, I'm still on the green splash because of all the black cards floating around. Veil of Summer is pretty sweet. All right, well, enough chatter. Let's go see if we can draw some One Rings, and if I can abstain from making too many Lord of the Rings like puns or quotations. All right, round number 1 on the play. Let's go. See if we get a 1 ring here on the first 7. We don't. We get wow, like trip dark ritual, trip misty rainforest. Yeah, this is a mulligan. We actually get the 1 ring here, but we also get Doomsday. This is a keeper. I think probably we send back a brainstorm here, and we go trying to find some mana and protection, potentially. Well, I mean, that's a Doomsday next turn with Dark Ritual with Force of Will backup. So let's just hope we don't get wastelanded. It's not a wasteland. Oh, and was this Yorion? It was Yorion, so it's Death and Taxes. Okay. So I think anything other than like Cavern of Souls into nonsense next turn, and I think we probably just win here. So let's say they probably make a play next turn. Like if they had Wasteland, you'd think they Wastelanded us. So they probably have like Thalia or a Spirit of the Lab or something next turn. So that means we can probably shave a turn off the clock here, so to speak. Okay, let's see here. Normally I would just say Thalia, or sorry, Thalia, Thassa, and a couple of lands. Let's actually make it Tropical Island, so we can play around, Death and Taxes having main deck Surgical Extraction here, and one of each fetch. So we draw a fetch land, and if we don't get wastelanded here, we cast one of the cantrips. So draw step draws a card. Fetch land is like a card draw. Ponder is a card draw, and then next draw step is a card draw. But it doesn't actually. I think if we want to take, if we think we're gonna get to cantrip next turn, i.e. we don't think we're gonna get Rashad imported, or I guess even Rashad import, we can brainstorm, but we don't get wastelanded, then I think we need to like put 2 cyclers in instead of the second land and the second fetch land, but then we just lose to wasteland. So I think this is fine, and hope they don't like go Cavern of Souls into, I don't know, Stoneforge Mystic. Put the 2 lands we're gonna fetch out on the bottom, then Thassa in the middle, and then draw the fetch lands. Okay, there's a Caracas and Thalia. Does Thalia matter? Yeah, I think actually we Force of Will Thalia here, and then we are actually able to shave a turn off of the whole endeavor here without like getting into murky waters and having to fetch and shuffle the remaining cards before we cast. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered, but anyways, I think I have seen there's a Death and Taxes deck that also splashes black for Orcish Bowmaster. So maybe I'm actually just supposed to brainstorm now before they can just play a scrub land and threaten the Bowmasters. They're pausing here, but I don't think there's anything that punishes me. Yeah, let's put back Thassa and, well, basic land and Thassa. Field of Ruin, right. Each player searches their library for a basic land card. Okay. So what happens here is I'm forced to shuffle, so I can take out. Yeah, no, this is fine. I'll just actually get my basic land, and then on my upkeep, I'll fetch the Misty and grab the Tropical, ensuring that I draw the Thassa. Because if we draw the Tropical now, then that's kind of bad. Okay, this should do it. Yep. All right, they concede. Let's go into the sideboard. We had, well, the 1 ring made an appearance, but we didn't actually resolve it. All right, so I like Pernicious Deed. I like Decay. Don't really like Veil of Summer. Don't really like Peak. Extremely unsure about the 1 ring. I cannot imagine I would want this to play versus his deck, and for the game to go long. What else to bring in? Maybe I bring in a Force of Negation for like Deafening Silence. Don't think we want any of the creatures. They're an 80 card deck. They have so much stuff to board out. They're not going to board out all their removal, if any of their removal. So like resolving a shoulder it, and then like say with a dark ritual, and then they like Skyclave apparition it, or just drop Karakas, and the same kind of with Dothy. Like there's no Dothy doesn't disrupt their graveyard at all, and if the game gets to go long and it's about deploying creatures and combat battle, like combat math, then their Stoneforge Mystics and Flicker Wisps, whatever, are going to beat up my Dothy squadron here. Yeah, this is a matchup where I definitely feel like I just want to be as fast as I can and not like fool around with the One Ring, or like have the game go long, and like these cards here that I bring in, they're like if I ever need to put them to use, then my plan A has sort of gone wrong. All right, I'm gonna keep this hand, but it is very it has a very obvious flaw, which is a no blue mana. I'm gonna cycle Street Wraith in response to see if I can find something better than Brainstorm to pitch to this force, because I am gonna force the Deafening Silence here, and I didn't find it, so pitching Brainstorm can't pitch Thassa here. Only play the one copy. We did have Deed, which could answer the thing. Ugh, crap. All right, I'm gonna. Do I play around? I think I have to play around Thalia here. I could also like ponder off of this pedal, but if we just find a land here, then we get to cast Doomsday if they don't put Thalia on the stack. Uh-oh, there's Port and the Spirit. Okay. I mean, land still plays here. Or Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual plays as well. Okay. So the question is if we can actually survive to the point where we win. I think it may involve some number of fetch lands and Abrupt Decay. So if they want to deploy a threat next turn, then they can't also port us. That means we can then draw Decay and kill something. How does this look? So we draw Decay, but then if we decay there and then, it costs us the oh shoot, it costs us a Lotus Petal. We can also like draw a land here and hope they cast something instead of porting us, at which point we can play Deed. But that seems like a pretty big risk to take. And this is where having Massacre actually is good. Alright, so how many lands will I end up having here? 2, 3. If I end up blowing up the pedal here, that's pretty bad. That means that I only have the two, like the Tropical Island and Undercurrency I'm putting into the deck here. I think I'm going to try this. Let's see if we can make this work. So they beat us down to 5, and we have 2 fetch lands, which means we are at an effective 3. So we can only take this one attack here. That's actually a pretty big flaw with my plan here. Yeah. I suppose we can, so we draw Deed, sorry, not Deed, Decay, and then next they attack us down to 2. Then we draw Misty Rainforest, and we can fetch and just play Thassa and hope they don't have instant speed removal. Okay, Field of Ruin. Oh, another spirit. Okay. So yeah, okay, an Aether Vial. Okay, so yeah, this is bad. I should have put a basic island in there and not gotten cute with it. So I have to decay, losing my pedal. So I think I've just lost. I decay, I go to 2, then I draw, but I can't I can't win. All right. Yeah. At least if I put the snow-covered island in, I could fetch that out. Yeah, that was bad. I think I was too focused on my Golgari mana cards here. I don't think anything changes, to be honest, so I think I'm just gonna Actually, maybe the Force of Negation is better than one of these Golgari cards. And honestly, Deed felt like almighty impossible to cast. Yeah, I think Deed is just hopelessly impossible to, or at least very, very difficult to resolve versus, all the Rishadan ports and Fields of Ruin and Wastelands and whatnot. So I'm going to keep this. It is somewhat risky with the mana and all, and we only have one sort of mediocre cantrip here, but we do have Doomsday, we do have Protection. So World Eye, where I'm supposed to cast the line side I'm in now, to play around stuff like Mindbreak Trap and Deafening Silence. I think I'm just going to do that. It's Deafening Silence. Okay, I'm going to cast the Consider first. Yeah, I'm going to draw the Petal, I think. And then I'm going to cast like this and hope to draw land. Okay, no land. Let's cycle Street Wraith. It's a Ponder. Okay, I'll cast a Ponder. Those are bad cards, so I'm going to shuffle. Draw the one of Thassa's Oracle that just shuffled away. There's no such thing as the Magic Online Shuffler bug. No such thing at all. I'm going to name Wizard here and pass. Okay. They have a 2-drop. What is it? Thalia. Okay. Any land that taps for black mana, please. Or a Dark Ritual. That's fine. Alright, cool. So, so we can put in some cyclers. We probably do need to put in like one more land, because if they wasteland us, then that's kind of sad. It's also somewhat bad if they have Spirit of the Lab. So if they have Spirit of the Lab, then we probably want Street Wraith as the top card. So we can Street Wraith. So we'll draw Street Wraith, 4 cards left. Cycle Street Wraith on their turn, drawing Edge. And then, like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to put the Misty somewhere closer to the top. Although, honestly, if your choice is between Thalia and like Spirit, don't you play Spirit first? So I think I'm just gonna go like this. If they Field of Ruin us, then that's annoying, but at least we'll get a land in, and yeah, I'm gonna go like this. Or am I? I just die then, right? If they actually have the Spirit, because then I go to 9, they attack me down to 7. I draw the Street Wraith, cycle down to 5 on their turn, attack me down to dead. But then I suppose it won't matter. Yeah, this pile I think just loses to a Street Wraith, which is annoying. Or I guess it doesn't have to. It loses to Street Wraith plus removal. Sorry, it loses to Spirit plus removal. But then I have to go like this. Wow, this is tough. Now I'm losing. Now I don't lose to to Spirit of the Lab, but I lose to like a removal spell on the Oracle. Oh, there's a Wasteland and a Spirit. Well, let's hope they don't have another Wasteland and that they also don't have removal. I guess no. I shouldn't have put an Edge of Autumn on top instead, because I lose. Like, I assume they are going to Wasteland me now. If I get to my draw step and they haven't wasted me, then yeah, joke's on me. But yeah, we lose to Wasteland now, like Wasteland number 2 and Rashadan Port. So that's a problem. I get my draw step. Jeez. I guess again, no. I'm just talking nonsense here. It wouldn't have mattered. Because of the Spirit, I can't draw anyways. Okay, no second land. And now they kill my LED. That doesn't matter. Okay, I think I quote unquote um, just have to beat like Solitude. I'm at 2. I draw Misty Rainforest. 3 cards in the deck. Yep, you got it. Do you have Solitude? Alright, sweet, they didn't. And we win. Close call. Well, off to a winning start. Let's go for round number 2. Round number 2 on the play. And we have the One Ring. And also Doomsday, but, well, we'll see. So let's go for a turn 1 Ponder. Maybe it's better off Tropical Island in case I find like Dark Ritual and they have Wasteland. And both of those things, no, well, one of those things happened. I think I'm gonna draw the peak. And sorry, the One Ring. We now probably just cast Doomsday instead. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Not a Chalice. Surely you wouldn't. This does look like the Chalice casting sort of thing here. And our opponent is, ooh, Defense Grid, so it's that Urza thing. It's the Mystic Forge One Ring combo deck. So I mean, do we want Doomsday here or our own the One Ring? I think we sadly, folks, I think it's Doomsday. So we can't win now. If I had put Edge of Autumn as the card in my hand instead of Peak, we could have won right now. So what we can do is we can peek and see how close to dead we are if we pass the turn, and then decide if we want to just go for Doomsday now or wait 1 turn. I think that's probably what we're gonna do. So next turn they can Karn. Yeah. How much mana can they make? So City of Traders number 2, that's 4 mana. Basalt Monolith doesn't generate mana on its own. So they have 4 Cast Grim Monolith. So that's -2 plus, is that 3 or 4? I forgot. It's 3. So that's 5. Mox Opal. That's 6. And they cast Karn. They have 2 remaining. So they can Karn get liquid metal coating. If they have Torpor Orb, they can get Torpor Orb. So I don't know, like we Doomsday now, and then if they have to have Torpor Orb, they'll get it, and we'll just lose. But if we don't Doomsday now, then do we lose the Karn, like straight out, because Karn shuts off all of our Lotus Petals and stuff? I think we probably do, because then they get coating. We'll have 2 lands out. They'll coat one of the lands, so we'll have 1 less land. We won't be able to lose Lotus Petals. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna bet they don't have Torpor Orb, and I'm gonna Doomsday now. Build a pile that just beats Karn. So Thassa, some cyclers. If they get Pithing Needle with Karn and name one of the cyclers, that's pretty annoying, but then at least we have a Ponder here that we can use. Don't think I need to play around removal here. So let's maybe like put the One Ring as the bottom card so they won't know that we have that. I'm not sure that's gonna be relevant at all. So we'll put the One Ring on the bottom, then Thassa, and then some cyclers. So if they draw something like the One Ring, or I don't know, like Mystic Forge maybe, that's a little bit scary. Or like a Paradox Engine. Paradox Engine would be insane because they could make their 5 mana and then cast the Mox Opal and untap. Um, at least the Grim Monolith, then tap the Grim Monolith, play a Basalt Monolith, untap Mox Opal and Grim Monolith, and then they just have like, I think, Lattice probably. Alright, there's the Grim Monolith. There's Mox Opal, sure. Basalt Monolith. Uh-oh, is this what I was talking about? Is this the Paradox Engine? They still haven't made their land drop. Okay, they drew a key. I don't think they can get to Karn plus Lattice. So their hand is Karn plus Basalt Monolith. Okay. What, they just pass here? Why don't you make Karn? I don't get that. Am I missing something? Weird. Okay. I mean, well, I suppose we just win. I suppose we didn't even need to ponder here because of all the cyclers, but let's just do it anyways. We have a card left in the deck, but we can cycle twice if we need to. I guess not twice, then we lose the game. We cycle once. Alright. Not sure why they didn't make Karn. Truth be told. If for nothing else, just to null rud my board. There's no way. I guess they would have gone through my deck and saw 3 petals and a line side diamond, so maybe that's why. Okay. I don't know if Shieldred is good here. Like, she's potentially good against the One Ring. Well, not potentially. She's devastating against the One Ring, so actually that makes sense. Deed. Force of Negation. It's a lot of cards. The One Ring, I really don't want to board it out, but against the Karn deck, well, let's see. Let's board out the Veil of Summer and board out the Peak. Yeah, sorry, One Ring, boarding it out. And then what? Maybe a Personal Tutor and a Petal. Okay, this is a damn fine hand. Sorry. So the question is, if they lead on defense grid, I think I just have to force because like otherwise these 2 cards are practically just dead. That's sort of the only thing I'm really concerned about here. And then like ideally we draw a Petal or another Ritual to be able to Thoughtseize as well. Or we draw a Cycler to be able to just win with LED. Wow, that's a really good hand. All right, opponent keeps 7. Let's see what they can do. Ancient Tomb. What's this? Mishra's Research Desk. Exile up to 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. Until the end of turn, you may play a card. Okay. Yeah, and then you can unearth it. Yeah, I've seen this before. Doesn't seem too insane. Right, okay. 2 cards left. Looks like they're passing. Alright. Well, I got some pretty good cards here. So I think I'm going to if I put a land on top and then I cast Thoughtseize and then I just win with Brainstorm and the regular pile. So what happens if they do something and I have to daze? I guess that's just not an option. I'll Force of Will. Yeah. So how does this look? I have to put in something that replaces the LED, but then that doesn't really matter what it is. How about if I put in another land? Or maybe the Pernicious Deed. But, okay, so I draw Underground Sea. Then I cast Brainstorm Drawing, consider Cycler and the blank. I put back the blank and the consider, and then thought, yeah, that seems fine. Don't think I'll need the land. So, is there anything else that could be more useful? Also, maybe, how about if I, instead of Underground Sea, I choose Tropical Island? And then instead of the blank, that was Island before, I'll choose a Decay, just in case somehow, some way, like a Torpor Orb ends up in play next turn for my opponent. So draw Tropical, tap Sea to Thoughtseize, tap Trop to draw Brainstorm Decay. Sorry, to Brainstorm into Decay, consider Edge, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it like this. So Thassa's going to be on the bottom, then Edge, Decay, consider, and then Trop. And we'll pass, hoping that this Force of Will is going to be good enough. So we need to not have them Karn us. I think that's the most sort of... Okay, so now they get to exile the top two cards, and they can choose one. Oops. Okay, what do you choose here? Probably Grid. Yeah, I mean, Grid means they then get to resolve something else here. So, Grim Monolith. Okay, they have one card in hand, and they'll get to resolve it. Oh, they're unearthing that thing? So Unearth is an activated ability. What do you exile? Oh, they whiffed. Petalland, City of Traders. Okay, they concede. Sweet. 2-0. Let's go for number 3. Wow. On the play 3 times in a row. Yeah, gonna keep this. Still a few pieces away from where we need to be, but don't think this is a particularly mulliganable hand, if that's a word. Alright, let's ponder here. Ooh, baby. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm not gonna play out the pedal here. I don't know what I'm up against. Don't want it to get like prismatic endinged. Ooh, they're passing? Yikes. It's black, red, reanimator. Okay. Okay. So, here's what we can do. We can Dark Ritual Doomsday, cast Consider, drawing a land that makes green mana, and that should just like hold us through and win. Unless they have a Chancellor of the Annex, which I don't think Black Red Reanimator plays lately, then Veil of Summer just basically completely blanks anything but their combat step. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna do. I think Veil therefore is like significantly better than one Force. Mind you, we could also just keep the Force and we probably win, but I do actually like this. This also ensures that we win next turn. Like, because we'll have the second land. Yeah, there's a lot to like here, I think. Okay, so we will cast Consider. We'll bin a Street Wraith. Or actually, no. Let's bin Edge of Autumn. Draw a Street Wraith. Cycle Street Wraith into a fetch land that then fetches Tropical Island. And then for the last draw step, we'll draw the Thassa. Yeah, this plays. So Tropical Island can go on the bottom, then Thassa, then Delta. No. Yeah, no, Delta, and then Street Wraith. Edge. Yeah, like this. Sorry, I got confused there for a second. Worried that I had made my land drop, but I have not. Alright, let's put that into the yard. Cycle Street Wraith, draw the delta. And we can pass now. Okay, there's delta, there's pedal. Oh, fuck. Actually. Ha 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 ha. Shit, I almost did the thing that you're not supposed to do. I almost decked myself. I actually think I can't cast Veil now. I think I'm just gonna they're gonna have to be allowed to do whatever they want here. But unless they can get multiple Archons, like triple Archon into play, then we should be fine. Yeah, if I cast Veil now and they respond with Entomb or another black instant spell, then I draw a card off Veil. So I think I got too clever there, and thankfully I just about realized it in time. I could do it now and just hope they don't have an instant black spell, but I'm not gonna. They can they can do everything they want here. Thoughtseize. Yep. God damn. Man, Veil of Summer. Not a simple card. At least not in Doomsday. Okay, they concede. Sure. Okay, so sideboard wise, we have the Dothy Voidwalkers. We have the second copy or third copy of Veil. We have Nihil Spellbomb. And we have 2 Force of Negation, and I think that's it. You could argue for Abrupt Decay. Sometimes they play like Magus of the Moon, but I don't think I want to risk that or like play for that. I think we can board out the Peaks. I think maybe this is a matchup where the One Ring is actually at least somewhat interesting. Although, like, them being a black deck and this being the time we're living in, they're probably boarding in Orcish Bowmaster. Wow. So what do we bring out? I think we can bring out a couple of cyclers and probably the personal tutor and probably a pedal. I think mostly right these days, Black Red is about like their sideboard pivot is Dothy Voidwalker and Show and Tell. Not sure about the Orcish Bowmaster. Okay, don't think we can keep this hand. Put mulligans to 6. I think this one is unkeepable as well. Yeah, we'll keep this. They mulligan to 5. I think probably we have to like ship away a land and the Thoughtseize. This way we have double force, and we can start like cantripping. They Faithless Loot. Okay, they Thoughtseize. Sure. See what we have. Winged Hussar. Isn't that like a magic card? I forget. Okay. So Days is fine. I think I am gonna ponder here. We could just be staying on our double force, but I think drawing the days so we have force days is pretty good. Yeah, I think slow as it may be, can we afford to take a turn off drawing Dark Ritual here? I do kind of want the second land. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, they're casting. They're thought seizing themselves. Is this the fight? I think it is. So their hand is a fatty and a reanimation spell, most likely. Okay, so we draw Dark Ritual. And we have to survive this turn at least and hope to draw something good like a the One Ring or a Doomsday or a Dothy Voidwalker or I suppose a second Force of Will, third Force of Will. Okay, they pass. So at least we survive one turn here. I think Bayou, in case we draw Veil. Consider, huh? I think we snap off Consider here. Put Delta into the graveyard and draw unexciting Edge of Autumn here. Okay, they pass again. Oh, come on. Damn. Don't expect to get too many more swings at this. Okay, we get one more. Ponder is good. Are they really like moving up towards the discard to hand size? Oof. Okay, well, I mean, they do have white mana, meaning they can potentially they can silence us. We also have the Thassa in hand, which is like really awkward if they discard us post Doomsday. So what can we do here? I think we can build a pile that has Veil on top. Now hear me out. I know this is where it kind of went off the rails before. So Veil, yeah, I think Veil, and then we just don't like we don't lose we don't build a pile that actually just loses to what you call it, the silence. Sorry, just blanked there. If they silence us at the wrong time, quote unquote, then that at most means a time walk. So yeah, let's. Sorry, the One Ring. You was almost your time to shine. Oh no, shoot, hang on. I can't make a pile with Veil because I need to make use the Bayou for black mana. I guess it'll have to be a Force of Will. Yeah, so we draw Force of Will off of Edge of Autumn, cycling it, sacking the Bayou. And then we untap and we draw Street Wraith and cycle that into Trop. And then let's put the two Dothies on the bottom, so in case this goes wrong, they don't see them for the last game. Yeah, this should work, hopefully. If they have double discard, then we lose. And maybe I'm supposed to just cycle now, so they can't like silence me in response to the cycle. Yeah, I think so. All right, let's go. Have to remember not to daze anything here. Unmask themselves. So I think I let this go because I don't know. Like I get punished here if they have two animation spells and no discard. If I force it and they have another discard spell. All right, so hang on. If they have another discard spell, then I get punished no matter what, right? Like either I force now, then they just discard me. I think I have to force. I think that's what I have to do here. If they had the discard spell on me, they would have done it on me before unmasking themselves, I think. So now's the time to cycle. Oh, sorry, cycle silence if you have it. And I suppose there's always the risk that they could have a removal spell, but I don't remember ever seeing it out of black red. All right, looks like we got it. All right, cool. 3-0. See how round number 4 goes. All right, on the play for a fourth consecutive time. Let the good times keep rolling here. Okay, I'm going to keep this a little bit land heavy, but we do have the brainstorm and Force of Will to protect us from turn 1 shenanigans. Opponent mulligans to 6. I'm going to go Misty Rainforest pass here. Kind of sucks if I have to Brainstorm turn 1, then I would rather have it be an Underground Sea, but this gives away the least and doesn't expose myself to Wasteland. Okay. Delta go. This makes me immediately suspect / fear Orcish Bowmaster. Bowmasters. Okay, I think I'm gonna ship these 2 lands and pass. Oh no, really? This is what, Battlefield Strix? Oh, it's Cabal Therapy. Yikes. Jeez Louise. What madman casts this? Oh god, this is terrible. Okay, how about I put the 2 Force of Wills on top, and then don't expect, maybe they'll name Dark Ritual, I don't know. Then if worst comes to worst, I can cycle Edge into one of the forces. Orcish Bowmasters, right. So in Danish, we have an expression that translates into a thief thinks that everyone steals. I think that's kind of apt here. Yeah, my hand's kind of a dud now, which is annoying. That Brainstorm wasn't very good. Now they can play their Bowmasters around days. I don't think I can afford to just draw go a second Force of Will here. Let's get by you, I suppose. Wow, that's unfortunate. Is there any world where we play this? No, right? I can't get rid of it once it's in play unless like I use it to chump something which they can like maneuver around. I think I just have to pass here. Okay, they don't flash in the Bowmasters, so maybe they don't play them. Not. Oh, come on. What? What is this? This is Nick Fit? Yeah, okay. I mean, I could Dark Ritual Force, but I wonder what they take here. Edge of Autumn. Okay, that was relatively harmless. At least felt that way. Oh, jeez. This sucks. Okay, I'm gonna play this out just to make a bit of mana, or at least have it available. I suppose eventually they'll play a creature that will pay off these Cabal therapies. Is this Allurin, maybe? I don't know. Burrow. Okay. Okay, please a good card. Well, I mean, at least this has text. Let's see what they're sitting on there. That's some good cards. I think I have to take one of the forces here because that way I can at least fight over Burrow next turn. If that should be something I'd want to do. You know what? Oh, Brainstorm. Oh, I can't really, can I? Actually, you know what? I can force this, and then they can't cast Uro. So I think I'm actually going to do this. This is too good for them. This only postpones Uro for a turn, but maybe that's all it's going to take. We'll see. I'd actually love to draw the One Ring right now. It's not the One Ring. Alright, I'm actually going to play this out because they will attack with the row and then I can at least jump block and this way I get a little pseudo scry. It might also like just take one of the cards from them. I'm gonna put Doomsday on top here. Maybe they'll like Assassin's Trophy just because they want to shuffle my deck here. Maybe that was a mistake. Yep, you have Monsieur Euro, and they didn't put a land in, so we can assume they found a blue card to pair with Force of Will. Yeah. If I had to guess, I'd say Allurin, but I don't know. There was talk of some Nickfit deck that won a tournament here in Europe somewhere. Okay, Orcish Bowmasters. Okay, I don't think I'm beating that from where we sit right now. I suppose maybe in some weird world we draw the One Ring, and that gives us protection. And we're actually, you know what? The sickest line of all here would be we need them to attack us. By the way, they attack, we block, and we lose Thassa, and then we draw Veil of Summer, and we cast Doomsday off of a ritual, and then they force and we Veil, and then we draw into like something that lets it like a card draw. Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be like magical Christmas land. All right, Thassa makes a noble sacrifice. They reanimate her. Yeah, I don't think I can beat that. All right, so it's like a scam deck. Interesting. That makes me a little bit worried about putting in creatures into my deck, but I do think I will do that. How about does Pernicious Deed work here? I think I want these cards. I think I will shave on the combo. Maybe the second Cavern of Souls is one too many. I don't know. Shieldred? I don't know. I don't know what the last cut is. Is there anything obvious here? Is it too crazy to go down to one cycler? Let's try. We'll have the One Ring in play when we resolve Doomsday, right? With 3 burden counters on it, and we'll just or 4, and we'll tap it and draw 5 cards. Easy peasy. It would be kind of cool if the One Ring actually made it into play at some point during this league. Okay, I'm gonna not pass on this. If they have force, they have a force. And it's a 2 for 2, and you know, it is what it is. And then my hand is garbage. Alright, sweet. Alright, let's put in some fetch lands. Oh, sorry, fetch some fetchable lands. And Thassa and Cavern of Souls. Is it Pernicious Deed? Yes, indeed. Is that where we're going? Yeah, I don't know. The problem is we can't really afford to fetch prematurely and shuffle the pile and then accidentally end up with Thassa in our hand and then have it discarded. So maybe it's not Deed. But like Decay. Yeah. I mean, we lose to an Endurance, but I haven't really set myself up to play around that. So let's put the 2 fetchable lands on the bottom. Then Thassa and Cavern and Decay. And I'll play Petal now, because no reason to have it thought seized. If they want to spend a turn like destroying it, then I think that's fine. So let's see here. We draw Decay, make a land drop. We draw Cavern, make a land drop. Then we draw Thassa, make Cavern, and then empty the library with the 2 fetches. That's the plan. And we can Decay off Bayou and Petal in the meantime. Alright, here we go. What have you got for me? Sure, Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize away, my friend. Right. We know what we have to do. We don't know what they can do, but hopefully it's nothing too scary. Draw a Cavern here. And I think we're good here unless they have endurance, but we will see. Like, we can even beat a Torpor Orb because of the decay. Like, potentially him to Turok here also gets us, because if it takes the Cavern, and then they have Force of Will, but I'm just trying to work out what else might, like, what might kill us here. Okay, no him to Turok. I'd be kind of optimistic that, yeah, they shuffle here, that this deck of theirs can't support, doesn't have the green cards to support endurance. Alright, so draw the Thassa. I'm just gonna fetch, not gonna get cute. Oops. In case they somehow have like multiple pieces of free removal. Do you have endurance? Looks like they have something. They're just paying costs. I'm just not sure for what. Alright, cool. They didn't have it. So, bummer here is that they know about the One Ring, they know about Shieldred, so they likely will have answers for it, because they took a long time. I edited it out, but they took a long time looking at my Excel zone. But I think I probably just want to go like this. There's a limit to how many answers they can have to Shieldred. Obviously, it really, really sucks to have them like take her out of my hand and reanimate it. That's like the nightmare. But yeah, I'm kind of willing to play into that. Okay, I have to mulligan this. Oh, sad face. This too. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? That's how I feel right now. Probably go like this. They can take a dark ritual, but we still are able to slap a little bit. Like, okay. Like, if I draw a Doomsday or a Shieldred here, and I can get to resolve my first ritual, that's pretty sick. Or even the One Ring. So, how many? 4, 7, 9 cards? Okay, they don't shuffle. Come on, Business Bell. That's not it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize. Damn. So they have lots of answers to creatures, or not lots of answers, but they have one answer. I think I have to take the Force of Will, sadly. And then hope to like draw the One Ring or Doomsday pretty quickly here. And remember, they didn't shuffle, so they could have hit like a Bowmasters here. Nope, draw land. Alright, so this is either Bowmasters or Coatl. Coatl, the lesser of evils. So the Shieldreds are off because of the Shieldred's Edict. Ponder, okay. Looks like they're like digging for a land drop here. No shuffle, no land drop? Really? Okay, Thoughtseize, sure. So they can Thoughtseize the Dark Ritual and Surgical it. Something tells me they won't be able to resist that, but I don't think that really is that detrimental. They're going to give me a chance to draw one here, I suppose. Well, Shieldred will be good if we ever... Actually, hang on. Ah, damn, I clicked through. Yeah, they No, they haven't brainstormed. If they brainstorm, maybe they'll, like, get rid of that Shieldred's Edict. I don't know. Come on, something good. Peak. You know what? This stinks to high heaven of Orcish Bowmasters. So I'm just going to let them cast them at the end of turn, and then I'm going to peek, I think, in response. Oh, what an absolute shock. Okay, they have Veil of Summer, and I get taunted with Bowmaster with a Ponder here. Okay. I think it's well played of them not to surgical the Dark Ritual. Okay, so there's Brainstorm. I still think, like, if I were to draw... I was going to say a discard spell, but they have the Veil. They're kind of landlocked here. So maybe like a counter spell, like a Force of Will. Or does this target? No, it says each opponent. Damn. Okay, well, they didn't draw land, so they're not drawing a land. So I think I am actually going to cast Shieldred here and then hope that this Daze holds up. I'm going to fetch here. Hope they didn't draw Force of Will. Veil of Summer. Is this just a cycle? I'm going to let them cycle. Okay. So if I cast Ponder here, I draw a card, take 1 damage, gain 2 life, and then this army is a 2/2. I think I can, like, stand the gain 1 life, grow the army. Because if I can, like, draw something like Decay or... Yeah. Tell you what, I kind of want all of these cards. I want to draw the Daze right now. Because Daze lets me, I think, ensure the Shieldred's Edict doesn't survive. Or doesn't resolve, I mean. Now their surgical could be annoying, but if we get the deck shuffled, so be it. And they're thinking about casting this before they draw a card, which is reasonable, I think. But not if they have a land, because then they could have... I think it's worth taking the 2 damage to play around Daze. Okay, looks like they're going for it. I'm gonna Daze. Alright, that's countered. Take 2. And just pass. Sweet. Alright, I mean... Suddenly I'm kind of liking my spot here. Maybe I don't even want that Doomsday. Alright, let's attack. Do you chump block with something here? I suppose the Ice Fang then. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Alright. They find their land that they've been missing for so long. So I wonder if I'm supposed to Daze this Uro here. Bowmasters. Okay, so I take 1. And then if I decay their token, they go to 9, then they go to 7. Not sure. Not sure. I'm gonna let Bowmasters connect here. Looks like they're just passing. Why are they passing with Uro? So maybe they have another Bowmaster, huh? I think I'm gonna draw the Doomsday actually. So if they have another Bowmaster, they bring it down, shoot, shoulder it for 1. Their Orc army becomes a 3/3, and then they double block, and then I decay. That seems okay. If that is indeed what's going to happen. Oh, wow. So I'm not getting priority here. I hope that doesn't mean that she just takes the damage, that I somehow pass through. I can only choose, okay, assign blocking order. Is this me or is this them? Okay, well, I can only press okay. Okay, and now I get priority. So let's just kill the one that deals the most damage, just to be sure. Okay, so that's why they didn't play Uro. If they don't play a 4th land and they tap out for Uro, I'm gonna daze. So Earl will, if they choose to play him, get through, deal. They'll take 2 damage but gain 3 life, so we're kind of losing that race. Surgical on what? On days? Really? Did they know about the second days? That's so sick. I think I feel like this is kind of a forced play. Okay, so they have a 4 mana play. Maybe their own Shouldered? I don't know. Oh, it's a Lurin. Bummer. They just have the kill. That's a really smart play on the days. So it was a Lurin all along. Okay, so there's the Uro we knew about. Second Uro, okay. Gain 1 life each time. Draw a card. Well, I mean, Cavern Harpy. So they return Uro, and then they just keep drawing their deck, gaining 1 life each time. Paying 1 life each time. I think that just means it's GG's, right? Uro gets back. They were at 9, right? So now they're at 10. But the Harpy means it sort of balances out. I'm going to let them just show me the kill, because I actually don't know how Allurin kills these days, but I trust that they have it here. Alright, cool. So now they're putting damage on Shouldered with the Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. Alright, I think I am just about ready to concede. That was GG's. Well played, opponent. Alright, let's see if we can get a win in the final round. Alright, round number 5. My dice roll win streak has come to an end on the draw here. I'm going to keep this hand. It has the Doomsday, kind of wobbly on mana, but yeah. Hopefully we don't get Chalice for 1 year. That would be backbreaking. Snow-covered island. Joe L. I wonder if this is Joe Losset. I believe Joe's username was something quite different, but okay. This is an interesting opening here. Could be the mirror match, could be show and tell. Those would be like my most immediate thoughts. So let's see. I'm ready to peek at end of turn if nothing happens here, and if something scary happens, I'll have to brainstorm. Go looking for a force of will. Alright, let's see. So that looks like a mirror match of some sort. I'm gonna brainstorm here. If they daze me, it's kind of annoying. Alright, let's put Doomsday with Cavern on top, and then I'm gonna consider in my upkeep. And they are likely to take the Doomsday here, I suppose, unless they smell what's up and take Consider instead. They could also be kind of worried about the Thoughtseize here. I am somewhat bummed that the One Ring has not really come up at all. So maybe in this last round, huh? I mean, I guess at one point it came up where like if I can't remember what match it was, but where I pondered and there was both Doomsday and the One Ring, and if Doomsday hadn't been there, then I would have been pretty happy with the One Ring. Okay, they take Thoughtseize. Then do I really want a second copy of Doomsday? Uh, Probably I do not. Okay. I mean, this is going to give them full disclosure, but it also makes me like not play into days here. I think I'm going to pass. This lets me cast 2 dazes. And that may or may not be good enough, but it's at least worth, I think, doing this. Oh, yikes. Okay, so I think I'm going to, ideally I would like to peek here, but I also don't want to draw the second Doomsday, so I think I'm going to consider here. Just playing a blue cantrip into that much blue mana is a little bit scary. Oh my god, I'm bored of this. Everyone is trying to play this card. Yeah, I mean, you got me. This is the Doomsday Mirror with Orcish Bowmasters in the main. Alright, let's put this into the graveyard. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Would be nice to draw a black mana source. That's a black mana source. Alright, I'm going to pass here, and I'm going to peek at the end of their turn to see what's up, and maybe, I'm not sure, I'll have to do some math, I suppose, to see if there's a way I can win through the Bowmasters. I'm assuming this is Doomsday because of the Lotus Petal, but I mean, I could be wrong. Not sure what else it would be. Okay, I take 3. I'm about to take 1 more. I fetch land. That's 2 more, so I'm at 13. That would leave me at 6 after a Doomsday. And that's fine in terms of Bowmasters. Alright, they might have a second one, you know, judging from how they're playing. Okay, what did they show us? Animate Dead, Limdul's Vault, blah blah blah. Okay. So I take... Alright, fine. Let's see here. I'm at 14. I'll be at 13. I could brainstorm now. That would take me down to 10. And if I find Dark Ritual or Cabal Ritual off the brainstorm, I could also just like untap, draw a blind card, then ponder. That sees 4 cards. Fetching Brainstorm sees 3. And then I put 2 back, draw 1. And then Ponder sees 2 deeper, so that would see 5 cards rather than 4. Yeah. Okay. And then how many cards do I need to draw post Doomsday? I need to then Edge of Autumn, that's 1. Then Brainstorm, that's 4. And then I'll be at... No, I don't think I can afford to do that. I think I need to do it like this. I think I'm going to fetch... So Dark Ritual or Cabal Ritual or Ponder for one of those, I think, gets us there. Okay, now Ponder for a Lotus Petal works. Maybe? Yeah. Okay, let's just see. Do the math here. Take 2. I take 1 now. I'm at 12. Play Bayou, Petal, cast Doomsday. No mana floating. and then I go down to 6. Then I Edge of Autumn, drawing a petal. I'll be at 5. Cast Brainstorm, I'll be at 2. Cycle Edge, yeah, okay, that should work. They can't do anything. They can Limdul's Vault, but they have no way to draw a card, so whatever they find doesn't matter. Alright, I'm just gonna yield to this clown, so I don't have to keep yielding to it. Okay, draw the petal, cast Brainstorm into LED, Thassa, and Edge of Autumn. And then I think the last card doesn't matter. Let's just make it a one ring, so they don't see both. Yep. Let's go like this. So one ring on the bottom, petal on top. The rest doesn't matter. Right. And cast the Brainstorm. Take 3. So yeah, it wasn't Doomsday, it was Reanimator with Mayday Bowmasters. Alright, put back a Daze and put back Thassa. I suppose this LED could have been a petal and then we wouldn't have to lose the Daze. You live, you learn. We can still put Thassa through the cavern though. Alright, let's cast a fish. Alright, cool. So do I bring in stuff like Abrupt Decay here? I'm not sure. I totally am going to bring in like Dothies and Force of Negation and Veil. This is blue-black Reanimator. So like even stuff like Carpet could play. How about like 1 Decay for a Bowman? I'm not sure about Shieldred. Like normally I don't bring in Shieldred versus regular black-red Reanimator because it's just the risk is too high of like them unmasking or griefing you on turn 1, then reanimate if you have it in your opener. But it's a pretty good tool if you get to resolve it. Alright, let's see here. They're a Force of Will deck, so I'm gonna not have LED post board or consider. I'm gonna shave on Cyclers. The Peak was really good there. Man oh man. I like Peak. Let's cut a petal. I think this kind of feels good. Not sure though, Shieldred. She could be good. Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep this for sure. Could still go wrong on the draw here, but I mean, Nihil Spellbomb, great versus Reanimator, but they almost killed us last game and didn't even combo, so yeah, we'll see. Looks like it's gonna get stripped anyways. Whether or not they take the Spellbomb, it will be pretty indicative of what's going on over there. Right, they take Brainstorm, huh? Yep. That kind of concerns me. Alright, we have to play a land that works with Daze here. So I might have felt like playing the Bayou, but no. Ancient Tomb, what the hell? Okay, you have Bowmasters. Yeah, let's just pass here. Like, I think we can still potentially outrace them with a Dothy if we get it down next turn. I mean, assuming they'll cast more spells. I mean, by that I mean tapping their Ancient Tomb. Ponder, sure. I think maybe I do want the Shouldreds in, especially on the play, where like hopefully we can protect the turn 1 discard a bit better with like Brainstorm or Veil or Daze. It's just on the draw where it's potentially so devastating. Okay, I mean, this is kind of the same deal as before. So I Doomsday, I go to 8. If I have to force, I go to 7. They attack me down to 5. Yeah. I'm gonna play the fetch land here, and I aim not to fetch until after Doomsday. So we get to just do the thing here. So what happens if we draw Veil, and then we lead off on Veil, and if they don't counter it, then or do anything, we sack the spell bomb and draw a card, and then we don't take damage with Bowmasters, and our Thassa is uncounterable. All right, let's see here. So we have a land here that can fetch out a trop. We put Veil on top, then Edge of Autumn, and then like black removal can't hit Thassa. They could have like another Otawara, which would be annoying. We can't really stop that. We put Cavern in the pile? I don't think so. Maybe a Decay. What's the last card? Oh yeah, Thassa. Good one. 1, 2. Oh, is that still just 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Oh, my computer is struggling here. Alright, so let's see. I draw Veil, and then I tap Spellbomb and tap C. I cast Veil off Bayou. I play a second C. I tap C, draw Edge, draw Thassa. I guess at that point it doesn't really matter about drawing the edge. But yeah, let's try this. They have open like blue too. They have like what do you call it? Hull Breacher mana open. I don't know what's going on over there though. They could also intuition here. So a lot of scary things can happen, but let's try this on for size. And if something completely nutty goes on here, we can sack Spellbomb, tap Bayou Black, draw the Veil, tap fetch Trop and Veil if we need to. I'm currently at an effective 5 from the fetch land and the attack there. Show and tell. Okay. Feel pretty confident I have to force this. Alright, show and tell is countered. So I'm at 5 now because I'm at 4, I mean. And let's say they counter the Veil, then I have to draw 2 more times. So that's fine. I don't die from that. Do you counter this? Nope. I suppose I could spell by myself in case they randomly had like endurance. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any cost to that. I'm pretty sure they don't, but I mean, the game's not going to go for another turn. At least I don't expect it to. Okay. So they have to deal themselves damage. They could be pinging the orc army. Alright. Cycle Edge, draw Thassa. Yeah, opponent saying it's a cool interaction. I'm going to tell them they can hit the army. I don't think it matters. Oh, they worked it out. So now we lose if they have like Chain of Vapor, I guess. Opponent saying they don't expect me to be coming for their life total. Yeah, you're right about that. So they can't Fatal Push. They can't Dismember. Feel pretty safe here. I guess Endurance, we're not playing around that anyways. Yeah, like I was just saying, I nuked my graveyard and like 5 seconds later there were like 3 cards in it because I was gonna fetch and cycle Edge. All right, so we 4-1 the league, so that's really good. That's quite that's always nice, I think. All right, so thoughts on the deck. Sadly, we never put the One Ring on the stack, and I don't know. There weren't like any particular points in time where it felt like we were in trouble because we had the One Ring in the deck. But that could just be due to the fact that, I don't know, it's just 2 slots in a brainstorm spell-based combo deck that you can like brainstorm it away, or like you get to cantrip and tutor and all this sort of stuff. So I don't know. I feel like saying it was cool having it, but I can't even really say that. I hope you enjoyed the league in spite of the fact that the One Ring never really got around to making an appearance. And yeah, I think the rest of the deck is like, I think Vale is good. I don't foresee going away from Vale anytime soon. With Orcish Bowmasters being anywhere, it was exceedingly pleasant to be able to beat resolve the Orcish Bowmasters in the two last games here. Shieldred didn't really do any heavy lifting in this league, but we didn't play against Delvers, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I'll be back with some more Legacy. Bye-bye.